beautiful people. Welcome to the Tilt and Shift Photography Business Podcast. I am your host, Bobby B. Welcome back. It's been a minute. I've said that the last few podcasts, that it's been a minute since my last recording. Part of that is just life, and well, all of that is just life, and I am excited to get back on the proverbial horse today to speak with a very, very cool photographer from the UK. I've been following her work for a bit. She is actually partnered with another very cool person, but today I'm just talking with one half of Reportage Studios. This is Janina Brocklesby, and she works with Jawad, who is her partner, her business partner. But I'm just talking with Janina today about a few of the things that have tilted her life, tilted her perspective, shifted how she moves around in the world. How we kind of came across each other's paths is through the documentary world. But most recently, when my dog Harlan passed away, she reached out. And this is something that I kind of want to bring to your guys' attention. When I mentor my students, I have one spot left for the fall, by the way, if you're interested in working with a mentor. I teach values-based marketing, and the reason it works is because we are doing a very personal service for our people. Therefore, I believe we need to be personal. We don't have to tell people our deepest, darkest secrets in our marketing, but we do have to make our values extraordinarily clear. And the reason for that is because people are choosing a wedding photographer for a very emotional reason, on a very emotional day. Their choices are motivated by emotion, even if you are led to believe, or there's some part of your brain that believes that it's based on price, and it most certainly is not. It is based on what people value about you and what you share. Whether that's in your work, whether that is in your website, whether that's in your life with the people around you, what you share is absolutely a reflection of what you value in the world. My dog Harlan was an extraordinarily huge part of my life. I deeply value nature and adventure, and that is what he embodied for me. And so I share all about that online, and it connected with Janina. And so when I shared the journey of being with Harlan as he passed over, she reached out to me, and we've been talking a lot recently. And it's been really beautiful, and I'm really stoked to have her with us today. So without further ado, here she is, Janina Brocklesby of Reportage Studios.
Forgot. Literally, I got your email. I was like, shit, because I've got 3 teenagers over, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I was just cooked dinner for them. I'm like, right, let's do this. So here I am.
Here you
I thought
are.
about it all
Welcome.
week, and because the kids are off school, every day's just gone like one blur.
Why are they off school?
Like they've got they go here to school every 6 weeks, then they've got a week off, so they've just got a week off.
Oh, okay. So you don't get like a big summertime?
In the summer, they get 6 weeks off, and then every 6 weeks throughout the year, they get a week or two.
Yeah. When they're not in that schedule, your whole life gets thrown into a tumult.
Yeah, you just forget the days. Totally. So I'm like, holy shit.
Well, I'm glad you checked your email.
Hey?
I said, I'm glad you checked your email.
I know. I was like, I mean, I would have. Oh no! Can you imagine if I just didn't turn up? That would be just awful. I can't imagine.
I'm pretty chill. It wouldn't have been a really big deal. We would have just rescheduled.
Yeah, but we're here now. It's all good.
So welcome.
Hello.
So why don't you share with us a little bit about who Janina Brocklesby is?
Oh, documentary wedding photographer. We work as duo as Reportage Studios. I've been a photographer probably since 2017. Freaking love what I do. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. What do you love about it?
People, connections, watching. Like I love observing people. I found it really fascinating. Yeah, just it's fun, isn't it? Seeing how people interact in different. Yeah. and you kind of there for one day, most likely not seeing those people again. So you take all the information with you, and that's it. It's great to get to insight for one day.
Have you, like, what made you pick up a camera then?
My kids, actually. I
Okay.
I was fed up with my daytime job, and my little boy, he was really poorly as a baby, and I couldn't go in so many times, and it was just painful to like keep bringing, come in. He's got so many appointments, and I thought, well, what can I do to like, I can fit around the kids and for myself as well. We went on holidays just before I came back from mat leave, and I met this girl who we're still friends, Julie, and she actually said to me, well, is there anything else you like to do? And I said, oh, I love photography. And she just went, well, why don't you try it? And I sat there, and that question, like, oh, why don't you, just stuck with me so much. And I thought, well, it's nothing stopping me. So why don't I? Well, if anything, just fail. So here I am. And
Okay.
obviously, first couple of years, I kind of did the both jobs. But I'm so glad I did that move. Obviously, it's hard to be self-employed, but it's nice to do something around the kids, even when you forget that you've got podcast recording.
Thanks, kids. We'll just blame it on them.
Totally.
Well, I wonder,
What about
you said
you?
something interesting. How did I get into it?
Yeah.
I the story I usually tell is that I would go over to my godmother's house, and she always had National Geographics in the bathroom. And my family was so not that. Like, my godmother had like encyclopedias and like a huge library and all these magazines, and I just loved it. And I especially loved looking at photos from around the world because I lived in a very, 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 very isolated place. And it was comfort, what I now recognize was comfort, seeing other places and like knowing that there were other ways to live. Because I felt really alone and I felt really scared. And so seeing that, I think, really emboldened me to like be curious about the world and not accept that this is how my life had to be.
Yeah.
And then I I wanted to be a photographer, like I wanted to become one, but my parents didn't support it. They wouldn't give me any money for school because my mom really wanted me to go to university, and I didn't know at that time that you could actually go to university to become a photographer. Like that, I didn't know anything. I knew nothing. And so then when I got to university, I was like, why am I went through all these different programs, and I was going to be a writer, and my mom didn't like that, and because I'd always written it, I write like storytelling, all of it had always been a huge part of how I coped, really. And then I was doing my master's in nutrition and physiology, and I had gone over to China to do my research,
Oh,
and I
wow.
had a camera, and I just really loved making photos. And I came back, and I'm like, why the hell? Like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna learn how to be a photographer. And so I did. And then I quit my
Epic.
job and left my husband and moved to a little town in central BC, and here I am, doing
Wow.
very well. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. That's deep story as well.
What's that?
That's deep. I like that.
Yeah. For me, it's always been very therapeutic because, and like what you say, observing people for the day, like getting to be part of their world for a day. For me, that was very for no other description. It was therapeutic because I didn't like my life, and seeing the way other people lived showed me that my life didn't have to be like that. Yeah.
Deep. I like it though. Brilliant. Brilliant. But it's so
Yeah.
cool, though. It's so great to see how other people and other families function as well, and how, the dynamics. I find it really, really fascinating. I think Like if we really observe well, we probably can learn something from every wedding, like on personal level. It's, yeah, you meet some amazing people and you hear some amazing stories and you're like, wow, that's, you know, that is really deep. That's different, it's
Yes.
inspirational.
Yes, very inspirational, and it can also be very like I find weddings like very weddings and families even more so. I find them very like life affirming
Yeah.
because you realize that we all just want the same thing.
Mm,
We're all going about it in different ways, but we all want the same thing. We just have
yeah.
to make people. That's why I think it's so important about documentary photography is that it's it's kind of like our responsibility to show people that we are the same. We want our families, we want to thrive, we want to be safe. We
Mm,
just don't agree on how to do it. And that's what's getting in our way. And if we can just show people that like, hey, we are actually all doing this. We all are on the same page.
that is so true. It's so
Yeah.
true because we all want the same thing, don't we? Like you said, even like taking that further to the world, we all want the same things. We just have different ideas how to achieve that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when you went from your job, you wanted to achieve it in a different way.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get rolling?
I mean, I was second shooting first for like a local photographer who I met on a wedding fair for 2 years. And he was very traditional photographer, which from a day one, I knew that that's whatever I'm going to do. Because first I wanted to do families. I think having two young kids, that was in my head and I wanted lifestyle but I didn't have idea about market or anything like that. Anyway, I went to this wedding fair just to have a nosy. And I met this guy, Ashley, and he was lovely, really helpful, just took me under his wing, amazingly. But he was very traditional. Um, and that kind of was clash. I was learning what the weddings are like in England because obviously I'm not English, so I've experienced a lot of that. But I've also learned what I don't like about approaching the wedding, and that's not the word bad said about him. Everybody has
Yeah.
their own style. I was like, that's not what I want to. I want to do documentary. Does that exist? And it was just a time to go apart. And when I did, I just didn't. We still in touch. And I loved it. It was great to see. Oh my gosh, there is this another world of wedding photography. It was hard to believe in it at times,
Yep.
but I'm glad I did.
Yes. You said something. You said, when you described it where you were doing, you said, I could just fail. And I think that's what holds people, like you said that kind of flippantly, like, yeah, it could just fail. Like it's a possibility. But oftentimes that is what stops people from doing the thing is the possibility that they could fail. So how did you move through that with that acceptance? What was that like for you?
I think a lot of it is from my mum, who genuinely in life always thought, go for it, even though she's highly trying to influence what that it is. Yeah, literally, it's like, yeah, you do you. But
What?
but then I have moved countries, and I always thought, well, if anything, you can always go back. And the kind of there was one time I was this is quite like funny. Well, coming back from a party in London, it was actually this Reportage party, a slight hangover, a bit of too much gins, and I sat on a train, yeah, and a lady opposite me, I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself, and I've ordered some water, um, and the lady ordered gin, and she looked at me, she said, she will also have a gin, and I thought, that's a bit bizarre. She was in the 80s, looking, super elegant, lovely, lovely lady, and so we got into chat, and so she went to visit her son in London after they came back from skiing, and I must have, don't know, I think I spoke to her obviously about photography and I'm trying to move forward because that was just before I quit my daytime job. Well, daytime job. And she said to me, darling, when you come to my age, you're only going to regret things you haven't done. And that
Yes.
really stuck with me so much because, we hear that. like on quotes and stuff, but when actually somebody sits opposite you and say that, you're like, actually, this is so true. I mean, I'm still mortified of failing. Gosh, so much. Um, but like, what the worst can happen?
Yeah. Yeah. What is the worst that could happen?
You're gonna end up the same way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, well, if it doesn't work out, try something else, or I don't know,
Yeah.
change the way you do things, I guess. But
Hmm.
what if it does actually work out and something is making you happy, something you wanted to do for a long time, and it is possible?
Hmm.
Like, it's just amazing then.
Yeah. Yeah. And it never would be amazing. Like, you know for sure that it wouldn't be amazing if you didn't do it. And it could be amazing if you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that
Yeah, if you
we
don't try
really,
it, it's just not gonna
you're
happen,
right.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Canada, have you heard of Wayne Gretzky?
No.
Okay. So in Canada, we like this game called hockey. And well, some of us do. I'm not really one of them, but it's hard to grow up in Canada and not know anything about hockey. But there's this hockey player. His name was Wayne Gretzky, and he's a big deal. Like he was the great one,
Right.
like the best of a generation, arguably multiple generations. Um, but he's quoted as saying something very fundamental. He's like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, that quote I did hear. Yeah, obviously.
Yes,
Yes.
that's this guy.
Yeah, it's so
100%,
true.
which,
It's so,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you don't ask, doors always going to be closed. If you don't try, you're never going to know the outcome. And if you already scared to try because you're worried it's going to be a no, then when it's a no, you're going to be like, well, okay, well, I knew that's coming. But what if it's yes? That is freaking amazing then.
Yeah, yeah. How many, so you moved to the UK from Poland,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
How old were you?
What, just 21, just about 21, like a
Oh,
few weeks
okay.
before.
What was that like?
Um, Crazy. Kind of
Yeah.
sense of freedom, I guess. Um, I would do it again. Scary,
You
but
would
it's
move to
nice to,
another
yeah, I
country.
love changes.
Yeah.
I think it's inspiring and it's exciting and meeting new people, meeting different culture. It was really, obviously it was hard. Gosh, I missed home
Hmm.
so much, so many times.
Hmm.
Letters at the time to my mum, how much I want to come back, and she was like, "Don't. You're gonna regret it if you do." Um, but yeah, I'm so glad I did.
Yeah. What made you choose the UK?
So kind of my inner line cousin, her husband had like a contract here. They lived in Australia for like a few months. So she said to me, "Well, why don't you come and try like be here for a few months? I'll try and find you a job. Um, Bring a friend so you're not on your own." And it
Hmm.
was kind of time holidays in Poland, and I had a pretty shitty breakup as well at the time. So I thought, well, yeah, I'm going to do that. Sounds really good.
Hmm.
I can always come
Hmm.
back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I came with 50 quid, literally.
What?
Yeah. And then I got a job quite fast in like Weatherspoons in a pub, basically,
Uh-huh.
and in a hotel. And yeah, rest is history. We like rented shared apartment for a few months, and then I was like, right, I want to have my normal job, come back to something I loved at the time, um,
Uh-huh.
and moved out and started living on my own.
Yeah. And here you
So I
are.
think, yeah, I came in March, and by September I had my own flat, which was good.
Yeah. Was it hard learning? Because I mean, English is obviously your second language. What was that like? I think that holds a lot of
Ah,
people back, right?
it's so many funny stories, Bobby, so many, and I still say things wrong.
Yeah.
So if you ever read my probably most text message because emails I get my computer to check it, but my friends call my writing Pinglish because half the times the spelling just doesn't make any sense. Um, I had A level in English, but it's like it's a language you learn. I'm not. foreign language in home country where people speak with accent from the home country rather than here. So when I first came, I couldn't understand anyone. It was very much like, my name is, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wouldn't say desperate, but I really wanted to learn. So I was watching English TV, things I knew. So like I read Sharon Osbourne book in English because I've read it in Polish. Bridget Jones, very simple things. Friends, watched Friends, Sex in the City, and films which I knew, and kind of that way just surrounded myself with English people. And
here you are.
I mean, I had some fun stories where in a pub that's gonna resonate with English people only probably. The guy asked, I was collecting glasses, and he said John Smith, and that's a name of a beer in England. And I said, nice to meet you, I'm Janina.
Yes.
So then I had a nickname in that pub, John Smith. So yeah, there was many funny stories, and they still happen.
Yeah. Have you gone back to Poland to shoot a wedding?
Ooh, yes. So my sister got married a couple of years ago, which she had a photographer, but I did just a bit of a prep and a bit of a fun and a drunken fun later. But actually this year, I lost my brother in March. And before that, we had, because he was a wedding DJ, radio DJ, big personality back home. And we had this dream for me to photograph wedding he would be DJing at. Anyway, somebody booked us both to do that for July last year. And unfortunately, it was only me who managed to finish the dream. But I did go back and shoot that wedding. I mean, the couple was amazing because they left it to me for the decision. And it was a month before wedding where I couldn't face them. It was one of those where I wasn't sure, should I go, should I not? Am I going to ruin the day? Am I a horrible person if I go, if I'm not? And I got them on a Zoom with them, and they were like, no, we want you here. If you opt for it, please come. And then if you're not, then absolutely fine. We'll find someone here, not a bother. So I did. And it was hard.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. That taught me a lot.
What did it teach you?
You really realize a lot when you lose people. Actually, the value of what we do. Yeah. Holy shit, Bobby.
We said it was going to be a roller coaster, right?
But that was about the dogs.
That's next.
Yeah. And I think last year I had a bit of burnout shooting. Didn't enjoy as much what I did, but this year with every wedding, even if there was a lot of challenges, I thought in my head definitely was there, no, those people really will appreciate one day those images. These people really need what we do, and we're not brain surgeons, but in some circumstances those images really will mean a lot.
They will. Did it change how you photographed at all? Or just how you felt about it?
It definitely changed how I feel about it on a day. If I have any kind of grimace, if anything annoys me, I'm like, nah. This is just a very simple thing, or just stop being grumpy, And I probably, do I shoot more? I don't know. I think I try to focus more on family members as well as everyone else. Like I've always, before the wedding, when I speak to couples before, it's quite a long Zoom call. It's over an hour, and we talk a lot about family dynamics. And I pay a lot more attention to that now, I think, than I did before as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think with me, that's come with age. I've been doing this now for 15 years. And now I'm kind of between the couple and their parents. So now I kind of describe myself as like a cool aunt that's showing up to shoot your wedding. But I definitely am seeing I take so many less photos of the couple now than I ever used to. And part of that was also my experience with my own wedding. When I got the photos back, I was like, these are all just photos of me and him. Like, they're nice, they're great, but like, there's not really that many of all the people who were there. And now that I'm seeing, like, especially like lots of the families I work with, lots of them, I shoot them every year, and you see how much they change, and you're like, oh yeah, time is fleeting. Like, it's so gone. If you don't take pictures of these people at this place at this one time where they come to fly across the world to come and see you, if you don't make a good photo of them, I don't think we're doing our job, you know?
Totally.
Yeah. Not only from like the responsibility of it, but also from well, I guess, it is the responsibility. Well, I think it's our responsibility to shoot every single person at that wedding.
Yeah.
And I was pretty flippant about that before.
Yeah, same. And I think also as a photographer, sometimes trying to find excuses, like, this person looks a bit miserable, or this and that. Why would they want the photo? I definitely deliver more. So see, that's actually a good thing. I've always delivered loads, but definitely, even if there's, like I said, a person who maybe doesn't show as much emotion, maybe that's just them. It doesn't have to be every photo super emotional. If that might be just them, and that's okay. But that person might mean so much to the couple.
Yeah, I agree. I think we often get caught up in our own, and this I mentor this with my students a lot, us getting caught up on our own, not only our own expectations of how people should present themselves, but also what we expect our clients are expecting. Like, so there's not only what we think they expect, we think that we can expect what they expect. Like this, many layers of, there's no evidence for that. And they're kind of like based in judgment too. If we really look at our expectations, are actually judgments of someone not presenting in the way that is worthy of a photo.
That is so true. It's brutal, but it's so true. And it'd be so good if so many of us like heard that and actually took it on board. It's like, take that ego a little bit in.
Absolutely. I've been reckoning with that a lot the last couple of years, and it's totally, and it's like completely relaxed how I shoot as well. Do you find that sometimes you weren't delivering them because they weren't up to some sort of standard? Like, that wasn't a perfect photo, or they weren't like...
Probably in the past, yeah. Probably guilty as charged, which is so not okay, really.
Yeah.
I've never had anybody asking for any more, because I still think I deliver strong gallery and good gallery. Like, there is a lot of images. I'm one of those who over delivers, probably. Even though I've been trying to, there was a time I was like, I need to really try to narrow it down. But I thought, well, no, because I've got it. Why would I? And they're not, the same images, just different. I definitely deliver more.
Yeah, I find I'm more picky about what I choose from each scene, but I now deliver from each scene rather than not. Because it can be certainly overwhelming, right? Like giving them almost like a GIF of like a GIF of it. You have like the hand here, hand. Like, we don't need to give them all of those, right? But I think being less picky about our art, like, moment way trumps light and composition and perfection and all of those things.
For me, I used to be led much more by composition, but I think now, when that probably comes naturally, I definitely, if that's the moment, is for me first.
I agree. So how did you become the top wedding photographer by Masters Photography in 2022? And a rising star, a rangefinder in 2023.
Rangefinder.
How did that happen?
No idea. The same question. How did that happen? Luck, right?
Yeah. What was that like?
It's always
How did you
luck.
get in there?
Masters, it was a good year, I guess. Um, I've entered Masters a few times before, but I think the process of rangefinder and picking images taught me more how to select images maybe for awards a little bit more than beforehand. And rangefinder is it's the whole. I don't know. Is it not even going anymore? Is it? From what I can see,
Uh,
not as much. I don't know.
they were last year. There was a rangefinder top 30 for
Was
sure.
it? I was looking
I
at
don't know about this
Instagram
year.
and I was like, oh. So I was nominated the year before, which obviously I didn't get, and I got feedback which was really, really constructive.
Like what? What was your feedback?
It was a lot to do mostly with editing, than my work as a photos. And I didn't write much in a written section. Where the following year, I first of all, I thought there's no chance. There's no chance. It was the kind of time when there was a lot of editorial photographers, and I thought definitely my style is not going to fit the narrative. And again, I got nominated. Fantastic. It was a few days before the final, like a deadline, and I was speaking to my friend who's also one of rangefinders, and she said to me, "What are your thoughts?" And I said, "Oh, you kind of can guess what sometimes judges like, but I really don't like that attitude." And I said, "I just want to go with a heart." She's like, "Well, why don't you do that?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go for what I believe, because I'm like already thought it's no chance. It's such a narrow, narrow gap of photographers." But when I start to write about why and how, it ended up massive. And I think that had a massive impact as well, actually explaining the process, the thought process. And yeah, and the way I found out, it was the most bizarre day ever. I woke up whole house when I got a message, when I got email, screaming. But the same day, I actually had a complaint,
Yeah.
which is random. So at the time, I was like a part of photographers who worked in a wedding venue in Scotland, where the couple is booking a package. So I was part of a package. So the couple hasn't chose me as a photographer. I came with a
Right.
package. And basically, the couple who complained, they called it, snap photos, random shit, literally. Um, Totally, kids would say better things, like really, really awful, awful words, which, it did get to me. It would be difficult if it didn't. But on the end, they just wanted, they were slightly older. They wanted traditional photos. And they did get them as well, but I think with all other documentary style. Like there was one reference they've put into a photo of the shoes. They didn't understand the photos of the shoes and the dog paws. The shoes had a date. It was really cool lineup, great composition, and I love that image. I was like, well, you've got the date on these personalized shoes, and the dog has personalized thing as well. This is like, but it was just not their thing.
Yeah.
Um, so that day that crushed me in the morning, and then I got email from Rangefinder, which really like needed in a way. No, the style is okay. It's just not for everyone.
Right. Right. Very
But
much
I
so.
did actually reply to Jacqueline saying if she got a right person, and that's not a joke.
Yeah.
I
What
did
did she
believe it.
say?
So I replied saying, "Is it definitely for me? Because that's like impossible." That's how much I just didn't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And so how did that experience impact you? Like what did it teach you?
To trust my guts, that's for sure.
Yeah, for
Trust
sure.
my guts. And that's like over the years when even I started and I had this heavy influence from Ashley about traditional and a lot of flash involvements and early chrome and all of that, which I don't use now. And in my head, I was like, but I want a natural. I wanted what I wanted for my wedding. So all those kind of little things, which is reassuring. No, this is a correct path. There are couples like me. There are couples like some of my previous couples. So it was perfect timing, really.
Like, really, the universe was sort of like, hey, what do you like? Do you want this?
Mm.
Do you really want this? Are you deserving of this? I think the question that is often asked of us is like, do we believe that we're worthy of what we want?
Mm.
You know, because we can want something, but then we don't. We often don't like allow ourselves to believe that we can have it,
Yeah.
or we give excuses that other people have this and this and this and this and this going for them, and it's just not the case.
I
Like,
think
we
that's
are all,
every single photographer, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
It's
I
so
agree.
strange.
What do you think? Where do you think that comes from?
No idea. I don't know. I mean, photography is subjective, art is subjective. So could be from that. For me personally, could be that I kind of was a lot in the shadow of my brother, unfortunately. He was always favorite in the family, and I bless him because he, like, when he was older, he always tried to fix that for me. And he always stood up to family members, to like my mom and my grandparents, like, no, treat her the same as you do with me.
Yeah.
But it was still probably like there in my head that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Those things absolutely get ingrained, whether or not they are into our subconscious, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still
Yeah.
like, still can't control it. Still, I'm like, no chance.
What do you get about applying for awards and stuff?
Pardon?
What do you get out of applying for awards? I struggle with this one.
What do I get?
Yeah, like what's your motivation? Why do you do it? What does it provide you?
I don't know. Sense of peace, even in a weird way.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What brings you peace about it?
I think knowing that we're doing something valuable and those people will have, hold of it
Yeah.
in the best and in the worst days, and that we are delivering hopefully good memories for them.
And you think getting awards is part of that process?
Awards. No, awards. I mean, what do I get from awards? Right. SEO, marketing. um, I misunderstood your question. That's why. There you go. What do I get from
Yeah, no.
awards? Um, Depends which one, I guess. Like, I do the ones which probably I care the most is the story awards from This Is Reportage. I think it's nice to see that you can build a story from your images. Um, but it's a marketing tool. And even if some photographers say, oh, nobody cares about awards because everybody is award-winning photographers, well, the couple is not looking at everyone. They're looking at, let's say, five. And if there might be five who are award-winning, they have some sort of awards, but there's also many who don't, who don't enter or whatever reasons, and they might have that little reassurance. Yeah. I think at the beginning it was definitely kind of pat on the back that you're doing something good. It's that your photography is okay. It's acceptable by industry.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but yeah, now it's, I don't know. It's nice for some couples. Like
Mm-hmm.
recently, there was a couple who was really happy. The I got fearless from the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and she was really genuinely happy, and I thought that's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't get any more like upset if I don't win anything. I'm like, it's again subjective. Each judge's got
Yes.
different eye, different opinion. It's obviously nice. It's like I said, it's a great marketing tool.
Does it bother you when you don't get them?
No.
That's my next question.
No, there was a time when it was definitely when I was like, oh, why? Or then I was looking at images and trying to think, what could I improve? I mean, I guess with improving images, that's probably um, what it taught me
Yeah.
to look better for corners and border control with when you crop and things. It's probably
Right.
small things when it comes to editing more than anything, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice little
Um,
dose of dopamine when you win something. But
it is.
if you don't, it's like, oh well, okay.
I never got to the oh well, okay. It took me a while to get to the oh well, okay.
It's to be
Perfect.
fair, it's this year when I'm a little bit more oh well. And funny enough, this year I've actually won quite a few from like this is Reportage and Feelers with the attitude oh well, which is good.
Yeah.
Like last year,
Well,
I don't think I got anything
I'm
like that.
sensing a theme here, Janina, is when you say, uh, well, whatever, like I might fail, is when things go well, right? Is that
No, because I failed many things
hmm but these bigger successes that you're having are
because of the oh well
because
attitude. Yeah, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, actually.
and interesting, this year's has been a hard one for
Mm.
you. There's been lots of loss in your year this year, and it has influenced your photography, has it not?
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh well attitude
hmm
helps. I think we not as when you're not obsessed, you then yeah, it's you're more relaxed in your attitude and your mood. Yeah, definitely.
hmm Because we cannot control the outcome,
No.
right? We cannot I think what happens for a lot of us is we have this impression that we can control the outcome, whether that's whether or not we get an award or whether or not someone feels a certain way about a photo that we make for them or that we make for ourselves. We have this impression that we can control the next whatever the conclusion of that story is, but we can't. We absolutely cannot control the outcome.
No.
All we can do is just take whatever step that we do have control of, which is composing it in a certain way or being present in a certain capacity or actually submitting to the awards or um, doing it despite all the doubts that we have about ourselves. We can't control whether or not we actually get that thing or whether or not that client actually responds to us or any of that other things. But I think we often lose ourselves in that dance. We
Hmm.
lose ourselves in thinking, well, if I do this, then this outcome will happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's absolute rubbish.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And I can also see that with photographers who kind of not trying to copy but learn from certain photographers. Like, well, if I start to shoot like this person, I'm
Yes.
gonna win and I'm gonna become popular and I'm gonna have more bookings. And it doesn't work like that at all.
hmm
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we get lost.
Mm.
We get lost in trying to be somebody else. And then we end up being no one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so tell me do you want to talk a bit about what happened for you this year?
Yeah. Why? Let's go deep.
I'd mentioned in your intro that we had bonded over the loss of our favorite doggos. Do you want to share a bit of what he was, what your dog was for you in your life, and how that?
Freeman. Freeman was rescue.
Uh-huh.
He was rescued from like really, really dodgy doggy farm. Black lab crossed with Doberman. I think it was 6 months when we got him. I've always had dogs, but I knew how busy they're going to keep us. So when I brought him home, in my head, I was like, I want to make sure that dog is alive and safe, and then we're going to find a home for him. Obviously, that never happened. It never does, right? I don't know what I was thinking, because I've brought so many pets in my life to my
Yeah.
mum. They always stayed there. Don't know. Anyway,
I call it a
idea was
foster
there.
fail,
Idea was
right?
there, and I failed. It was a very happy fail.
Yeah.
He was the best dog on the planet. He was
Yeah.
just such a gentle, crazy pup, older than my both kids. He was amazing with my daughter. He wasn't fond of my son. They just didn't like each other. They avoided
Yeah.
each other. There was no aggression or anything like that, but they both were like, no.
Yeah.
Adored Grace. Which, poor thing for her, that was a big thing, obviously. And she was there when he passed, bless her. She took it, yeah. He had really bad arthritis, and we tried all sorts of physio and swimming session and all sorts. But it got really, really bad for him, and he really suffered. And we went to vet, and the vet didn't want us to leave. He was like, I can't let you carry on like that. For him, it's not fair. And we just said, can we come back tomorrow? We need to, kids need to say goodbye. Which was horrible. But in a weird way, on the way to the vet, he looked happy. Like, I've got a picture of him in a car, and he looked like a puppy again. And I thought, oh, he knows he's just going to get his freedom now, because you could tell he was in a lot of pain, bless him. But he was just he was a great dog. And
Huge part of the family.
massive. Like, when my kids annoyed me or were naughty to him, I was like, be nice to him. He's longer in this house than you two. That was very often line.
Yeah. How old was he?
15.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
What a gift.
I think for a big dog, he did well.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and last year, was it last year? Last year, January, we also got a Dutch hound. But that is because I've always had Dutch hounds. And I think with kids being slightly older, I got like, I need something to cuddle, I need something else. I got a little bit that way. And my daughter very much like, oh, can we get another dog? Can we get a Dutch hound? And so there she is somewhere hiding away behind the pillows on the radiator trying to get warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's nice that we've got her, because the house, probably like with yourself, it doesn't feel totally empty.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I found I don't this would have been a very different experience if I didn't have Linda. Like, Linda has been a huge comfort in his absence. The thing that has been interesting for me, which I totally didn't expect, was like a greater awareness of energy. And this is going to sound a little woo-woo. But when he passed, I felt him like enter the ether, basically. I feel like he is like with me in ways that he was never with me before. In like I before, he was always like at home, or he was over, like he was in a place. I'm trying to do this without crying. But now I feel like he's with me all the time.
What's his story?
We got him as a puppy.
Yeah.
He was a Mastiff Bouvier, so just a big scruff, but very emotional. Like you knew what he was feeling, and he was very clear about it. So whether that was joy or boredom or like I felt like he could talk to me, like very clearly. He's like, I need this right now. So that was it was really rewarding, like knowing that I felt understood, and I think he felt understood. So when he got sick in March, like he got kidney disease, and he's always been like very sensitive. So then I think like as his body really started to change, he was just like, I don't like this. Like this is not. And then his diet had to change, and he just didn't want that, you know. And then eventually, it's interesting when I look back. I thought that he was doing okay, but when I look back at photos, I'm like, oh, you weren't doing okay. Like in the last 2 weeks of his life, I could really see in his eyes, they were
Yeah.
really dim, which I didn't notice when he was alive. Because you just want them to stay, right?
Yeah, you want them to be okay, don't you? Yeah, I think that's so true what you said there. This last couple of months, if I think about even how he was moving around the house, now I feel bad for actually making him feel that bad. But I always feel, well, as long as he's eating, he's trying. But then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
also know that dogs will do everything for us because they're such
yeah,
loyal creatures.
yeah.
Yeah, but we, like you said, we just want belief that they're going to be okay, that they can
Hmm.
be a little bit longer, and but they can't
Hmm.
speak. It's so.
Hmm.
Mm,
Hmm. Yeah, it's really impacted how I look at our relationship with nature and with other animals, like knowing how how like sentient he was. It's forced me to kind of reckon with how we treat all animals. Like, why have we
mm,
said that the animals that we choose to live in our house are the ones who get this special treatment? Like,
yeah.
we only feel this way about them because they live in our house, you know? Like,
Mm,
why do we treat other animals so horribly when, like, if you had a, I don't know, like and of course people would be like, well, they're wild animals, and dogs have bonded with us through millennia, and which is true. Like humans have chosen dogs and bred them to be the way that they are, but it doesn't displace sentience in other beings and like the ability to feel pain or to be discomforted or to want to look after their families or like that is all that's not breeding. That's just the fact of being alive, you know? So I've gone through this kind of like major shift in the last few months in terms of where my priorities are with my relationship with nature and stuff. So that's
mm.
ongoing. That is changing, but I think that will be his legacy in my life for sure. Yeah.
It's so hard because they are family, and I think someone who never had a dog, it's harder for them to understand and to empathize that the dog, cat, or any animal, how important
Hmm.
they are in our lives.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it, it's awful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
been pretty awful.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you do you when you shoot do you do much family photography?
Not
Or are you
much,
mostly
a
just
little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that that is something that you would ever get into, or are you going to be like strictly weddings?
No, I'm actually shooting in a couple of weeks. One of a videographer's friends' family, which I'm really looking forward to. No, I wanted to start off families and then shifted to weddings. Definitely would love to shoot more families.
Yeah.
It's I did few. I love days in the life. Again, you get into someone's house for one day and
Right.
seeing it's great. I mean, I was mortified when I did it because I did it for fellow photographer, and I remember sitting outside the house. And I was thinking, what was I thinking? Like,
Why is that?
again, that imposter syndrome. That he's gonna like see my photos and they're gonna be shit. That's what I thought,
Yeah.
obviously, as you do. Um, um, yeah, but again, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Say yes and think about it later.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. Like, I would like to do more. I don't know how much market is for it. I think it's people still, unfortunately, choose a lot of typical studio photos rather than being captured as a family. I love that bit.
Yeah, I think that's kind of falls on our shoulders though to educate people that this is what photography can actually look like.
Mm. Yeah,
You know, you
yeah.
don't know what you're not gonna know if you fail unless you try, right,
Very true.
Janina?
Very true.
And we will talk again in 2 years when you are the top. This is Reportage family photographer.
No pressure. I'll take that challenge.
You know how to get there. You shoot with your heart, shoot what you believe, show what you believe,
Yeah.
and don't worry about failing.
Mm.
I've just written your business plan for you.
Brilliant. Love it. I mean, it's
The
nice
reason the reason I ask is,
when
go ahead. Sorry.
no, it's when we get more tied with the weddings. I would love to do more families. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How many weddings do you shoot a year?
Actually, not that many because I'm quite not fussy, but I put a lot into my wedding, so I never shoot like back-to-back weddings.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my biggest selling point that I will not have a wedding before or after you.
Hmm.
30 capture at 30. Don't want to do it anymore. I mean, this year I didn't have 30. My marketing was affected massively by all the losses. Um, so I had less than that. But yeah, that's still a lot, I
And
guess.
do you and Jawad shoot all of your weddings together?
Most of them, yeah. Again,
Okay.
this year there was few situations where we didn't. But it was more, there was wedding on my daughter's birthday, which the couple really wanted our style, really wanted us. And from the second day inquired, I said, it's not going to be me because my non-negotiable is I do not work on my children's birthday. Um, so he did that, but then my daughter decided to go off with her friends. So I went a few hours. I know, I was like, thanks for that. So I actually ended up going to that wedding for a few hours and just had a bit of fun, and the couple really loved
Yeah.
it. It was great.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
yeah, we're totally capable of shooting on our own. It's fun.
Yeah. Do you prefer working with someone else?
She's gonna listen to it.
Jawad, you can pause it right now
Silly,
or
silly.
fast forward the next 1 minute.
I do like second shooting genuinely. I love second shooting and I love shooting with different people. I think it's great
Yeah.
again to see how other people work and approach the day.
Yeah.
You can learn from that a lot, and also it's just interesting. But on a daily basis, we know what we're both doing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to speak to him and tell him, at all, you do this, you do that. There might be something I'm like, okay, well, normally I do that, but can you do this? Whatever that is. Um, it's it's quite easy dynamic. Like, he 99% times he does the group photo, so I'm happy.
Yeah. That would be a great mix. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I just want to thank you for jumping on here with me. It's been a really lovely conversation.
It's been lovely. It's
What's coming up for you in 2026?
oh
There's a big thing that's happening that you mentioned.
yeah. Can you see the
Tell us about
excitement?
it.
Like, yeah, that's another one of these. I'm like, yes, and then what? Who else?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you coming to Dog Day then?
Well, okay, so Janina is going to be speaking at Doc Day, which is the two-day photo conference in Dublin in early February, and I have a ticket to go. So yes, I'm planning to. The wedding gods and the mentorship gods have to bestow a few weddings on me in order for me to be able to get over there. But yeah, that is the plan. And Janina, you're going to be speaking. So tell us, do you have your presentation in mind? How are you approaching it?
So when I got asked, possibly in my head, I was like, oh, I think I know what I'm gonna do. And then the
Hmm.
life obviously thrown this massive roller coaster of the year on me.
Yeah.
And I thought, and things have kind of changed throughout the year. So I've got a bunch of notes. Um, and I think now it's just a case of putting it together into something useful. It's really hard, I feel, with conferences when I've been to many. I love conferences. It's great, it's
Hmm.
team meeting for photographers. But people who've been to many, they probably heard a lot of the
Yes.
same. Might be said in a slightly different way, with from different mouth, different way. You might take some more from each person, but genuinely a lot of it is the same. So to trying to stand out or think, how can I maybe even bring the same message but in a different direction? I
Hmm.
find that challenging a little bit. But also, I know that in the room there's going to be people who possibly never shot a wedding to people who shot for the last 20 years. And I know that I won't be able to connect with everyone.
Yes.
And I think that's like the biggest thing. I mean, I know that because somebody said that to me. It's like, you're not going to be able to speak to everyone. Like, don't, you know, don't stress about it too much in that way. But I do want people to take something from it. I
Yes.
think it might be a little bit emotional. We'll see. It wasn't going to be, but then I'm like, oh.
Well, it would be, I think,
I'm scared because there's the people who's speaking also. Like, I didn't.
yeah,
So when Kevin asked me, I had no idea about the other speakers. So I was like,
yeah.
yes, amazing. It's pretty much reaction, like rangefinder reaction. And he's like, right, the other speakers, Tyler Working. I'm like, funny, not funny. He's like, no, no, for real. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, John Dolan. I'm like, okay, no. And then obviously it was him and Annie and Susanna Barbera and Matt, and I was like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
this is just not happening. So
Yes, it is happening, Janina.
I'm still trying to kind of turn around in my head. The pressure's on them. They, the big dogs. I'm just a tiny person. So
Yeah. You're a little dashing.
I'm a little Dutch, and they are the main stars. So it's all good. The pressure's on them. Nobody
Yes.
expects anything from me. So it's all good.
Yeah, just tell them what you believe, right?
Mortifying, mortifying.
Yeah.
Like,
In the best of ways.
yeah, sharing the same stage is like, what?
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, again, I guess it's never gonna happen, never would have dreamed of it. But it's a great conference to speak at. It's lovely, lovely people, and genuinely, even in a crowd, you, every speaker always gets so much support and love. I think.
Well, Janina, thank you for sharing with us, and I hope that people have gotten a little bit of your attitude toward photography. I think is really refreshing. Like, you're gonna fail, yeah, and it that always brings success. So look at you. You giggled a little bit when I said that,
As long
and
as I don't fail for my client, like, that's a
but look at your
no-no.
look at your track record. Look at your track record. You've gotten so many successes, right? So, yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun getting to know you and to see your work. And now you're on the podcast, and hopefully, I get to see you in February.
I really hope so. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
you're
Big roller
welcome.
coaster from tears to laughter and giggles.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Janina.
Fabulous. Oh my God.
Thank you, Janina, for sharing some of your story. with us. Thank you for getting a little tearful with me today. Yeah, friends, what we're doing is very important, and we can't get caught up in the industry of what weddings are, because what we are doing is we're documenting the people that our people love. That's what we're there for. We're not there to win awards or to have perfect compositions. And while those things are important and they're stimulating for us, the weddings are not about us. So when you can find that interplay of what you believe and what's in your heart and let that be expressed through your images, that's when you're really going to build a sustainable, fulfilling, meaningful business. If you are looking for guidance in this area, if you're looking like you really just feel like you need some help getting forward, you feel like maybe your message is getting lost, maybe you're feeling a bit stuck, maybe you're feeling like you are not reaching the mark that you are here to be marking, please reach out to me. I'm taking one more mentorship student this fall. And we can start with a little price review. I did a bunch of price reviews in October, and they were really successful. I learned a lot from people, and I was able to share some really good tidbits in terms of how to price your work. And pricing really just comes down to marketing and branding, which comes down to whether or not you are following your values and presenting that in your work. So reach out to me. You can do that through Instagram. And all of those links are in the show notes. So thank you for being here. Thank you to Janina, and I hope you have a beautiful